Hello everybody. Came out to the garden this evening and we picked some tomatoes. We're going to go in here in just a minute and can these. Probably just going to do these some whole tomatoes in some pine or quart jars. But I think we did pretty good. That's a 5-gallon bucket full of Homestead and Roma tomatoes. Not too bad of a picking. Went out and picked a cantaloupe and an Israel melon today. This is a Hell's Best jumbo variety cantaloupe, and then these are the Israel melons here. These have got a kind of a green flesh to them, but they are wonderful. The cantaloupe is my biggest so far this year. That one's weighing in at 3 pounds, almost 10 ounces. Israel melon, that's weighing in about 2 pounds, 4 ounces. I'm out this morning doing some thinning on my black-eyed peas. I used the Earthway 1000 seeder to put these down, and as you can see there, they really put them too close. Some of those peas are 2 inches apart. I want to try to get them anywhere from 6, 8 inches, even up to a foot apart. That's a whole lot better right there. You really got to be careful sometimes when you're thinning these things when they're this close together right here. You just gently take them out of there so we don't disturb the other plant that I am leaving. Sometimes, for whatever reason, I'll have a spot right here that I didn't have any beans come up. And let me show you what I do when I'm thinning these to fill that spot in. Just going to take my hoe and I'm going to dig me a couple of holes. I'm going to fill them in with some water. Kind of let that kind of work in just a minute, and then I'm going to go down the row and I'm going to carefully dig me up a couple of plants that I'm going to be thinning out, and I'm going to put them in this spot. Now this doesn't always work, but 99% of the time, most of the time, it'll work for me. Main thing is just trying to get it to where you don't disturb the roots on those plants, and they'll usually work okay for me. I'm going through my tomatoes this morning. I'm just cutting them all back down to the ground, about a foot or so above ground, leaving some of the little suckers like that one right there that's come out from the bottom of the plant. I did this the last couple of years, and I've produced tomatoes up until October, November. Of course, this year is a little different from years past because I've experienced the blight like I haven't seen in a long time. Probably been 5 years since I've experienced blight as bad as I did this year with the wet weather. But things have dried up now. I'm going to go through and treat these things for blight once I get them cut back, and see if some of this new growth coming out will produce me some plants for fall. Don't have anything to lose at this point. I don't need this space right now. Be using this for some fall planting if these tomatoes don't work out, but if they do, then it'll be great. Here's a good example of what I was talking about, some of that new growth that comes out along the base of the plant. I've done this for about 5 years now, cutting them back like this, and last year I think about 75% of the plants that I cut back put off new growth and actually produced fruit. So it's a chance, a risk I guess I'm willing to take to see if these things will produce some more tomatoes for me. We've had a good tomato year even though we've had the blight. We canned around 60-70 jars I guess of tomato product, whether it was Rotel or salsa or just whole tomatoes, and I ate a bunch more. So we didn't have too bad a year. What I'm going to be doing with the spent tomato vines that I just cut is we're going to be leaving them here and let them dry out just a little bit, and then we're going to burn them. It's best policy, I guess, rule of thumb is anything that you feel is diseased or whatever is keep it out of your compost bin. We sure don't want to spread this around the garden and create more problems in the future. I went and snapped off some of the tops of my dill plants that are dried, and I'll be saving these for seed next year. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed kind of spending some time out in my garden with me this morning. Hopefully I'll be updating on those tomatoes here in a couple of weeks, and hopefully show some progress with some new growth coming off those vines. Anyways guys, we appreciate you watching the videos, and y'all have a great day.